Is Trump's MAGA coalition cracking? A report from rural Ohio. I just want to see them suffer. I just want to see them suffer. I just want to see them suffer. I just want good news for once.
I love Ohio. We'll never let you down. I swear, I promise.
4 days.
They're all heading off to vote.
Yeah.
900 miles.
Just like genuinely evil vibes from all of this. Like, what was the planet Baron Harkonnen control? Remember the cheeseburger, hamburger, Big Mac, Whopper? You know what I'm talking about, right? You know that?
There you go. That's much better.
Red Sox might need a backup catcher.
And one giant question. Is Donald Trump's MAGA coalition cracking? Entering Ohio, the Mahoning Valley. Gritty, blue-collar, union, reliably Democratic for decades. No more.
People like this, places like this, are part of how Trump has changed America. Ohio changed from a competitive purple state to a Trump red state because of the magic of his coalition.
Almost entirely off of racism and anti-immigrant sentiment. Like, not for a single legitimate economic reason. Not, like, as bad as the Democrats are, the choice between the Democrats and the Republicans for every possible self-interested reason, it's not even a question for Ohioans. You know, it's just not.
Here. But as we head into the midterms, the jobs he promised are not here. The revival in American manufacturing he promised is not here.
Chris Anderson is the Mahoning County Democratic chairman. His midterm bet? Enough Trump voters will be part of electing Ohio's first Democratic governor in 15 years, and part of flipping a critical Senate seat from red to blue.
They got conned by a con man.
You're the Democrats, so you're supposed to say that. What do you see that tells you that things are different?
Well, I mean, drive around Mahoning County. For 8 years, there were Trump signs on every corner. There were flags.
Adding on to this little snippet that I got, it was from the recent New York Times deep dive into the opinions of the trogs. Right here, this or these individuals. From Alla, 51, white Republican portfolio manager. When he said he would try to fix immigration, I was behind it. But then the way he did it, it's just not the way I agree with. What turned out to be different? How ICE was treating people. This was not the way to do it. And then from Jose, Latino, independent. I thought he'd learned his lesson and was going to prove to everyone he learned from his mistakes and was going to turn the country around and was going to be a stellar president. But it's turned out to be a horror movie. I was so wrong with the vote for him. He's literally just doing the shit he said he was going to do. To repeat, I think, what Drew is saying here, as I've always said, Trump is what people want him to be. Trump is a charismatic character and the only one in what is otherwise a charisma void. No one else in politics at his level is able to capture attention the way he is, so people gravitate to him, not for any specific reason, not for pragmatic reasons, not even out of self-interest, but because he is the loudest. And the Democrats can't compete on noise, you know? Morons, every last one. Yeah. He's a void they pour their beliefs into. Yeah, they're attracted to his narcissism. Yeah, I don't know. It really is a problem that can only be solved with better safeguards on education and media, and by having a Democratic Party that's not made up of technocrats. You need Democrats who love politics for the love of the game. You know, we're fighting over the most powerful positions on earth here. We need people who like winning over the public, not people who treat it like an obligation they have to get through.
Go to a grocery store without seeing those red MAGA hats. I'd challenge you to find one.
It's true, these are hard to find now. Maybe a clue, but hardly enough to answer the is MAGA cracking question. This is Local 1112 United Auto Workers, Lordstown, Ohio. Ground zero in the local debate about trusting Trump. General Motors made cars here for 5 decades, thousands of good union jobs. But the Lordstown plant closed in 2019, despite a first-term Trump promise it would stay open. Foxconn built this new factory on the GM site, but its workforce is non-union, and the factory is mostly idle now as the company decides what's next. Nearby, another new factory sold as Lordstown's new hope, Ultium Cells, a joint EV battery venture between General...
It's so fucking stupid and so irrational that the president would even be specifically promising that specific factories stay open. Do you know how small the employment numbers are for these factories in relation to, Jesus, I don't know, the number of baristas in America? Like, just an incredibly tiny portion. It's the same reason, like in Pennsylvania, they're always talking about the fracking workers. Then you look up how many workers are actually in fracking in Pennsylvania, and it's like nobody. Like coal in West Virginia, they're just emotionally attached, or people have been manipulated, propagandized into being emotionally attached to the narrative that their state relies on this kind of industry, when in reality, any state in the United States with the right investment could shift into the service-based tech economy that we have more or less gravitated into. Like, there's nothing preventing West Virginia from being like, you know, Virginia, as in their economy shifts and they're able to stay relatively robust because the jobs that are available shift with the times, you know? You could do that.
Motors and South Korea's LG Electronics.
How many guys are working in that factory now?
Right now, all of production is shut down. 1,460 of us, I think there were. We're all laid off in January 5th, officially.
And you don't know until when?
Don't know till when.
Bob Swager leads the campaign committee at Local 1112. Everyone here remembers when Trump told them not to sell their homes, and later when he said new jobs would replace the GM jobs. The union endorsed Kamala Harris, but a big chunk of its voters voted Trump. And then the UAW endorsed Trump's tariffs.
They were hopeful that they were going to bring more jobs back to the United States.
Has that happened?
Not that I'm aware of.
Manufacturing employment is up a bit of late, but down 80,000 jobs overall since Trump.
Iowa's just blue now? Yeah, but it's not reliable because these people are motivated largely by grief or spite and racial animus. So the moment they get pitched another retarded fucking political project by a racist Republican, they're going to jump on it, you know? You need to structurally fix the incentive system here.
Trump returned to the White House. American auto manufacturing down 25,000 jobs in Trump's second term.
Do you believe in 2026 the Democrats can actually win statewide for the Senate and win statewide for governor in Ohio?
Yes.
Mark Skenesny served overseas in Kosovo, Iraq, and Afghanistan, was drawn to the Tea Party and then Trump after leaving the Army.
I let myself, I don't want to say get radicalized or anything, but I was very right-wing.
Skenesny had a change of heart in 2020, calls himself an independent, and is backing Democrats this year because he now views Trump and MAGA as dangerous to democracy.
You were part of the fucking Tea Party, dude. You were radicalized.
I've talked to a lot of people whose views are changing, even in my own family. So I am hopeful that that is starting to fracture.
Yet Skenesny concedes many Trump supporter friends will not budge.
And it's a lot harder than I thought.
Most of Ohio is rural, and rural America is Trump country. But rural also means you drive a lot. High gas prices hurt. Farms dot the rolling hills of Albany in southeast Ohio.
I think a lot of Europeans genuinely don't understand.
High gas prices hurt.
With regard to gas prices, that a lot of Americans, like rural Americans, drive on this specific road, a road that looks just like this one, for multiple hours every day. They might be 20 or 30 minutes away from any place they can buy anything from. Let alone if you want, like, a proper grocery trip, you know, not just, like, picking something up from, like a shitty, you know, general store. Or like a hospital, it could be hours.
Farms dot the rolling hills of Albany in southeast Ohio. This one is unique.
The chickens are your supervisors?
Yeah.
400 or so sheep on 100 grassy acres. Lambing season. These sheep are pregnant. 200 to 250 more little lambs due any day now.
Stay, Tilly. Stay.
Bill Krusling doesn't need much diesel or any fertilizer, so he's shielded from the Iran war cost spikes hitting many other farmers. He does okay, but is saddled by huge medical debts. His biggest complaints about Washington are corruption and deficit spending.
Trump promised to change the healthcare system, and he hasn't. He promised to reduce the debt, and he hasn't.
Well, it takes time. He had 4 years, but
you can't vote. I'm sorry, sir. Get back to the sheep. You have a literal, like, before the birth of Christ job, and I think that you should have before the birth of Christ political rights.
was new to Washington. I don't blame Trump. I blame the Congress.
Yeah.
Where am I riding?
Right here.
Bad boy
Take the
R's.
dog seat?
Yeah, she's coming no matter what.
Krusling says no politician understands this life, and he's mad at both parties for not solving problems. But he will vote Republican in November because he's conservative and because he loves Trump, for the very reason so many people can't stand Trump.
Again, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. You disenfranchise, you move on. You disenfranchise, you move on.
He seems to like the fights.
Oh, he loves a fight. He loves a fight. And that's great. That's why I voted for him. This world's got way too many pearl clutchers. It's like...
Guarantee you this guy is the most sensitive man alive. There are probably like a million things his hypothetical daughter could do to give him like an actual heart attack.
Small people, give me a break.
Back on the road, heading south, Portsmouth is in Scioto County, along the Ohio River across from Kentucky. Trump won 74% here last time. Dale King was already wavering on Trump. The Iran war, the last straw. King opened his Portsmouth gym 16 years ago after returning home from 2 tours in Iraq.
It's crazy because that's like it's 20 years ago.
His office is full of military mementos, and showing it to a visitor stirs emotion.
Like, it's weird. I don't know. 20 years, and then we're dealing with Iran.
This reminds me of the time I stood around at a base for 2 years, did nothing. This reminds me of the time me and the boys filled up a sock with soap and beat a guy because he was kind of fucking giving us eyes in the showers. This was the time me and the boys stood outside guarding a room while an A&A officer raped a 10-year-old boy, and we all pretended not to hear what was going on behind the wall. Oh, good times.
So it's like, what the is... It's just it's a unique timing thing. Guys are trying to navigate their own healing journey, and now it's like, okay, it's scratching that scab again.
Right. King voted for Trump in 2016, again in 2024, but he's voting for Democrats in 2026 because he believes the country needs to send Trump a midterm message.
I am pro-military, and we have a strong need to protect this country. I know there are threats, and I know there are enemies that want to see the downfall of this country, but you can't be flippant about war. You cannot.
Can we send him to Iran? I think it's time for another tour of duty. I think somebody hasn't walked over enough IEDs.
Conversations with friends here and fellow veterans across the country convince him big change is coming.
The shine's kind of coming off the...
This is why I can't run for office, because I refuse to step in line with the fucking cult of American veterancy. The idea that I should take seriously this misty-eyed retard waxing poetic about military service and how you have to vote for a retarded fascist 4 times in a row because it's the only way to defend America against its enemies, like, I don't know, goat herders in Afghanistan.
The Trump presidency really kind of see through the true core of who he is versus what he campaigned on.
John, what other issues besides the war do Democrats think could help them in Ohio?
Anderson, as you saw at the top of the piece, and here's the map from 2024. Look, Donald Trump won 81 of 88 counties, 81 of 88 in Ohio. So be skeptical about the Democratic chances. But the war in Iran may be taking some people like Dale King away. The manufacturing jobs the president promised, there are some, but there's no big renaissance like he promised. But you see the 81 of 88. This is the map Democrats think gives them hope, Anderson.
88, suspicious. No wonder Ohio's like that. It's true, though. The Republicans are sleepwalking into oblivion, you know? Who linked this? Lindsey James up 3 points on Joe Mitchell in Iowa's 2nd Congressional District. Trump plus 10, 2024. We're going to be winning seats they never thought could go Democrat. The Democrats are going to have to dust off all the fucking Sonnenrods and swastikas in their, 30-year running Republican congressional offices. Somebody linked this. What is it? Oh, yeah, Republicans. This is how Republicans talk in these areas. They have no plan for fixing the economy. I've seen this clip, but it's something else. Senator.
President.
Senator.
Today I want to talk about a little bit of the headlines you're going to see throughout the day. We've seen about 1,000 metallurgical coal mining jobs that have already been lost this year. But for those of you who are unaware, we lost over 4,000 steam coal jobs in my district and in Senate District 1, which would be the senator from Ohio and Brooks District, just over this weekend.
I love the narrative of Republicans in West Virginia appealing to their voters by saying, but don't worry, once Republicans are in charge of West Virginia, then things will turn around.
We all put it on our mailers.
Once we're behind the wheel.
We all love the campaign on being pro-coal. I'm going to give you all an opportunity to stand up and fight for these jobs this week, because you'll see my agenda today is very coal-heavy. And everybody knows I've touted myself as an all-the-below energy, coal, oil, and gas. But my brothers and sisters in that coal industry, their jobs are under attack. War on coal still exists. And it's time that we fight back against it. We have bureaucrats in our state government right now that shut these coal mines down. And I'm going to fight like hell to reopen them. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to do that. And I encourage each and every one of you to stand with me to do that, because these jobs are important. As we sit here and we pass tax cuts, as we want to cut spending and things like that, we need these coal jobs to make that happen.
Fucking retard.
Our state depends on that severance tax collection to make that happen. And more importantly, those 4,000 West Virginia...
They really can't imagine any future, just rehashing the past. Well, this guy is like Trump. He fucking hates his voters. I can read it in his voice. He doesn't believe a single thing that he says. He knows that he's speaking to an audience of like 70 IQ, coal lung dusted individuals. He's just saying shit. He knows he doesn't care about the future or the past. He's just there. He enjoys the corporate kickbacks that he gets, from the coal industry. They're in that job. How are there any taxes left in the USA? Yeah, pretty soon, like they're gonna narrow the margin of the taxable demographics further and further until the only people getting taxed are like 18 to 35 renting young professionals. It's got to be it. It's like if you've made between $50,000 and $100,000 in the past year, you don't own a home, you don't have children. These are the only people who are going to be taxed. You will single-handedly fund the entire nation and Israel, obviously. To be fair, what does West Virginia have aside from coal, though? People. We have a service economy. Literally. West Virginia is genuinely like one of the most beautiful places in the world. West Virginia could be like Colorado. It literally could. Like, you could make West Virginia a modern, metropolitan, urbane, small, dense little towns nestled between the mountains that wealthy people from the East Coast drive into for like legendary nature hikes, you know? You could do that, but they insist on just dying in the coal mines. They love it. They love like Trump said, they love the coal mines. They want to die in there. That's all they want.